I don't just stir the pot, honey. I smoke it too.
On an island full of phonies, I am not afraid to be me.
I'm as sweet as sugar but as cold as ice. So fool me once and I'll shade you twice.
Money talks, wealth whispers, and when I speak, everyone listens.
A comeback is a performance, honey, and I'm taking home the Oscar.
Sulani is filled with messy bitches, and I own the mop that cleans them all up.
Oh my fucking god!
What's wrong, sweetheart? I could hear you all the way from upstairs.
It's Akeem. He's met with that fucking slut again.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
So as I was browsing the web, I was notified of a few snapshots that has been released by the Sulani paparazzi. To my absolute shock, Gab and my ex-husband Akeem were seen kissing at Gab's home. I cannot believe this. That bitch said that she met him just the once and that she would never see him again. Well, the camera doesn't lie and she has a lot to answer for. Turns out that she is a home-wrecking bitch. Mom, I don't know what to do. I am freaking out.
Just stay calm, sweetie. They are not worth your energy. Akeem was trash and I knew it from the very start.
I don't know how I can stay in this group with that home-wrecking slag. She is a home-wrecker, I don't care what anybody says. She ruined my marriage and is the reason for my divorce.
Oh, don't cry, Sarah. Pull yourself together, woman. You have shed more than enough tears for that low-life piece of shit.
Mom! He was my husband, my world, my best friend. Of course I'm going to be upset. Are you kidding me? I feel like my world has been turned upside down once again. As soon as I get to a good place, this has to happen. If Akeem decided to sleep with a different whore, then that would be a different story. But Gab? I just feel sick. How could he do this to me, Mom? We were married for years and were even planning to have a child together. And he decided to throw it all away to sleep with a dirty whore?
Well, he must have very low standards to sleep with that degenerate. Now come on, sweetie, let's get you into bed. You've dealt with enough tonight.
So, I was not expecting this to be made public, but yes, I have been meeting with Akeem again. At the end of the day, I am a grown woman and can do whatever I please. It's not like Sarah is my best pal, so why the hell shouldn't I date whoever I want to? But I can understand how this revelation can feed into the notion that I am a home wrecker. But I know who I am, and that's all that matters to me. But anyway, I have invited my girls over, Lola and Kayla, to talk about yet another scandal that involves myself.
Girl, you just cannot help yourself, can you? You are always finding yourself in these very tricky situations.
Well, that is I, and I guess for as long as I live, I will always find myself in some drama one way or another. I just cannot believe that the Sulani paparazzi went behind my back and posted private photos of myself online for the whole of Sim Nation to see.
Well, that is the paparazzi for you, honey. They are ruthless and will do anything for a quick buck. Now I have a lot of questions for you, honey, so let's sit down and get into it. If there is one thing that I am familiar with, then that is the Sulani paparazzi. They were awful to me when I was going through my domestic violence case. They did anything they possibly could to get photos of me at my worst. They are just disgusting.
So come on, Gab, it's time to spill the tea.
Well, where the hell do I start? I swear that I am always in the middle of something.
Oh, come on, Gab. I love you, but you cannot tell me that this isn't a result of your own actions this time.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I cannot stand Sarah. But I don't approve of your relationship with Akeem. Girl, you know better than to be doing this.
Well, it's not a relationship, it's a situationship.
Situationship, who cares? It's still wrong. So how did you even get into seeing Akeem again?
Well, after the reunion last year where Sarah turned a complete 180 on me and decided to come for me, I finally had enough and decided to no longer have any loyalty to her. Fast forward to last night, Akeem was back in my DMs asking to meet up again, and lo behold, the rest is history with the Sulani paparazzi. It's not like I actively went out of my way to hook up with him again. He was in my DMs, and I thought, fuck it, why not just go and have some fun? After all, Sarah is not my friend, and most likely never will be. I still stand by the fact that she only came for me to keep her diamond for next season. I guess by sleeping with Akeem, I helped keep Sarah on this show. For fuck's sake, how I wish I could turn back time.
To be honest with you, Gab, I don't feel as though Sarah has the right to be upset with you. They are now divorced, so it's none of her business what Akeem gets up to. Although I wouldn't have engaged in that, I can't blame you for doing it.
So the only reason you slept with Akeem was to get back at Sarah?
I mean, pretty much. I was just so sick of her shit and how she tried to make herself relevant over the demise of my friendship with Hannah at the reunion.
Oh, come on, Gab, you are so much better than that. You didn't have to sleep with Akeem to make a point.
I know I didn't have to. I wanted to. Sarah had it coming. I can only be provoked so much. I am done playing nice.
So I have just come home from a fabulous romantic getaway in Tartosa. Myself and Aiden decided we both deserved a little break away after how hard we have been working recently. It was so nice to get away with him and have him all to myself. We had the best time with the best food, nectar, and scenery. I have come home feeling completely relaxed and ready to start this next chapter. Even though we've been married for over 10 years now, the spark is still very much there. I think a lot of Sims neglect their marriages nowadays, and that is what can result in marriages breaking down. I mean, just look at Sarah, for example. Myself and Aiden have both put the work into our marriage and we couldn't be happier. I haven't spoken with Sarah since the reunion, and I don't plan on it either until she issues me a sincere apology. I mean, we all know what went down in Mount Komorebi with Sarah not having my back after I have continuously had hers. But let's be honest, karma is giving Sarah exactly what she deserves. Although I don't approve of what Gab has done, I can't say that I blame her. Somebody needed to do something to bring Sarah back to earth. Hopefully this is the wake-up call for her to start realizing that she needs to become a little more humble and a good friend. But while she is figuring her shit out, I'll be over here in my love bubble with a man who is all about me.
Since meeting Alex, my whole view on life has changed completely. He was there for me when nobody else was, and was the person to bring me back to earth. He lets me know when I am in the wrong and genuinely has my best interests at heart. I mean, I come with a lot of baggage, so kudos to him for putting up with me. He didn't have to. He could have easily turned his back from me when I had opened up to him about the crap that I have been through and am still going through. It is because of Alex that I am in therapy. I was never a believer of seeking help, but since meeting Alex, he has instilled a new side to me that I am really liking. He is an advocate for mental health and is the chairman of the Sulani mental health organisation. I am so proud of that man. He is making positive changes to the way that establishments view and treat mental illness in the workplace. But today I am meeting up with my therapist for my weekly counselling session. If you told me this time last year that I would be attending therapy, I would have thought you were absolutely crazy. Hey Michaela, guess who's ready for another therapy session?
Hey Hannah, very impressive. You are even early too.
Well, you know me, very professional and always punctual.
Now that you are. Take a seat, Hannah. I'll be with you in a moment.
I have really bagged myself a great therapist. She knows how to make me feel comfortable, which is essential for a therapeutic relationship. I've only seen her a handful of times, but I know already that she is the one for me.
So Hannah, have you been working on meditation and practicing mindfulness like we agreed in our last session?
I mean, I've given it a try, but I'm just finding it difficult.
And why is that, Hannah?
I think it's because I've got so many thoughts going through my head that I just don't even know where to begin. I mean, I have sincerely given it my all, but I just can't relax enough for it to be effective. As we discussed last week, my mother was very abusive to me, so I don't know if I can relax enough for a technique such as meditation. Growing up, I could do nothing right. Ever since I can remember, my mother had never praised me or had given me affection like my friends had received from their parents. Instead, I would be met with constant criticism. I can remember an instant when I was 6 years old. I was playing with my friends in the park and I had the best time. When I went home, my mother had grounded me and told me the reason was because I was playing with other children. She told me that I wasn't worthy of friendship, so she stopped me from seeing them.
Meditation is something that can be learned no matter how fragile you are. You are capable of learning it, Hannah. You are an intelligent woman who can do anything that you put your mind to.
I don't know if I'm strong enough to meditate. I just don't even know where to start. All I can think about is my mother screaming at me, telling me how much of a failure and disappointment I am. Your mother is supposed to be one of the only people who loves you unconditionally, and I didn't even have that. They say that a mother's love is important in shaping a child's emotional well-being and sense of security. But all my mum did was criticise me and make me feel unwanted. All I ever wanted as a kid was my mother to tell me that she left me. I'm sorry, but this is just too painful for me to talk about right now. If you could excuse me.